Hey guys, it is Jaden from Tech for Days, and today we are here with the high waterproof case from our friends at Vivis. Now they sell a variety of tech related products on their Amazon and their website stores, so they are a really cool company that I'm excited to review the world's thinnest case for the iPhone 6 Plus. So let's go ahead and go over some of the features of this extremely thin and extremely high quality case from Vivis. So guys, if you have not got the gist yet, this is the thinnest and lightest case for the iPhone 6 Plus that is even sold on Amazon. Now these are the words of Vivis directly in the email that they sent me, and it can be soaked underwater for 60 minutes, up to 1 meter. So that is pretty insane for how thin this case is. You guys will see that very shortly. Now, the grade of the waterproof and dustproof has passed the SGS test and has conformed to the IP68 standards. So that is just awesome. So let's go ahead and take a look at the packaging. So right here towards the bottom, we have some of the features. So it's waterproof, dustproof, snowproof, sturdy proof, which is kind of interesting, scratch proof, and shock proof. So that is super cool. Now at the moment, I think it's only sold in this black and white combination. So let's go ahead and open it up. Now I have already been using it, so this is not actually an unboxing or anything. I just wanted to show how nice and high quality the packaging is. So here is the case, guys. This thing is so thin. This is the front layer, and surprisingly, it's extremely protective. You do not have to worry about dropping your phone in here or getting your screen cracked or anything like that. It is pretty protective and extremely thin. Now, if you head over to the back, you will see that it's see-through. The case is completely see-through, so that is cool. You have ports for your charging, your headphone jack, everything is accessible, even your mute switch, but we'll go ahead and go over the accessibility. And your camera is nicely nestled in this little box right here, so the camera does not protrude necessarily out of your phone. It's inside of this nice little case. So if you lay it flat, it will lay on this little bumper, but it doesn't affect the camera or anything. You hardly notice it. So guys, here is my iPhone 6 Plus inside of the Vivis case. Now it is branded another name, so it's called the Acewin case directly on the physical case. And I'm not gonna lie, I love this case. However, there are some significant downsides that can make me totally not recommend it. I'm gonna say it right here, I cannot recommend this case. It really needs some work. So first off, the screen protector is extremely cheap, and it's a humongous fingerprint magnet. It is really difficult to get these stupid smudges off, even when you use a microfiber cloth. It is really hard. It just sticks there, and it's kind of annoying. I don't like the material they used, and they could have definitely done better. There's also a little grid pattern inside of it. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's super dusty. It is really difficult to not get dust inside of this case. Once you install it the first time, you can essentially not take it off again. Otherwise, you're going to have a really messy and dirty case. Now, I actually take care of my phone like if it's my baby. So I don't know how these little crumbs and stuff got in here. Dust finds its way in somehow, especially if you take the phone out even to clean it or anything, because there's a lot of reasons to take the phone out. One being the headphone jack is extremely small. You can only fit Apple earpods. You cannot fit anything else. At least none of the earbuds I tried, especially Beats Audio, they do not fit. And I wasn't even able to purchase or find an audio adapter or extender to help fix this problem. So they really need to make this a little wider or find some kind of solution to actually allow you to use any headphones. Now the lightning port is not too bad, but you can only use basically your OEM lightning cable or something very similar, because it is tight in there, guys. There is not a lot of space to move around in. Now if you move over to the mute switch, it's impossible to use, like absolutely impossible. I can't even fit my thumb in there to unmute the mute switch. I'm not sure if I'm using this correctly, but I did read the manual and I couldn't find anything that would help fix this problem. So you're essentially stuck on mute or stuck on ring unless you have some sort of fix for that, which is really annoying. Now some of the pros is that you can see the entire device and you can see how thin it is, which is nice. And it's extremely protective despite the super thin layer. Like, this thing is super protective, and I love that. And another good thing about this case is that Touch ID is flawless. You can simply place your thumb, boom, it opens instantly, so they did a really good job with that. But the ports are rarely accessible, guys. Unless you're a girl with long fingernails, you cannot unmute or mute your phone. At least I wasn't able to, and you can only use Apple EarPods, which absolutely suck. So this case definitely needs some work. Now, the audio is not too bad if you're listening. However, I was talking on the phone with people and they could hardly hear me if I was screaming even. So for some reason, the audio is really muffled and it's not very good on this case. I have used it for a week straight. I haven't took it off because I do like the slim profile. However, it's just not the best case out there. If you like the slimness of it, you don't care about the cons, then I can highly recommend it. I'm definitely going to keep mine because I love using it in the shower. I love how thin it is, but the only way I was able to listen to music was using a Bluetooth streaming device, so like Bluetooth earbuds, a Bluetooth receiver to play through my speakers, and I couldn't plug any auxiliary cable inside of this. There was nothing thin enough to fit inside here, so I would really like Vivis to actually include something or do something because it just sucks. I really don't like that. And I usually don't have a review or this much to talk about on the case or anything, but this case is really incomplete and I was kind of disappointed in it. Now, the waterproof design does work okay. The seals are pretty good. I use it in the shower, but sometimes the seals do come up, as you guys can see, which is really weird. You kind of have to flatten them. So I definitely think this case needs some development. There's only one color variant available at the moment, so it would be nice to see them work on this case and try and just fix some of the problems that I listed with this case. So I can definitely say some good things about this case, but unfortunately I just cannot recommend it. And I hope you guys found this review helpful. If you have any additional questions or you want to know anything else about the case, feel free to ask in the comments below. Please give this video a thumbs up if you found it helpful, and I'll catch you guys in the next review.